Hi everyone, welcome to today's webinar. My name is Kay and I'll be your host today. I'm genuinely happy that you're here with me on the call, and today I'm discussing the Freedom Blueprint. I'm the founder of K Daniel Wealth, and what I'm about to share with you over the next 1 hour is something that took me years to figure out, and I wish someone had sat me down earlier to guide me in my career. Okay? Now, this is not your typical webinar. I'm not going to waste your time with fluff, hype, or vague promises. I'm going to be direct, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to show you something real. If you're a healthcare professional or you're a corporate professional earning over $70,000 a year, or even much more, and you've been wondering if there's more available to you financially, you're in the exact right place. So please get comfortable, grab a notepad, grab a pen, and let's get into it. Now, let me quickly walk you through what we're covering today, because I want you to know upfront that everything I'm sharing with you is intentional. We're going to start by looking at what I call the professional trap. Why so many high income earners still feel financially stuck even when they're doing everything right. If any part of what I'm sharing today sounds familiar, just know that you are not alone. Then I'm going to walk you through the opportunity we've built at K Daniel Wealth, what it is not, and exactly how it works. After that, we're going to look at real numbers. I'll show you honest income illustrations, no wild promises, no manufactured screenshots, just realistic pictures of what our agents are doing at their different ends and the different stages of the business while they are building. Then, and this is the part I find most valuable, we're going to address your objections, every doubt, every hesitation, every yes, but I want you to look at each of these objections and know that you're able to overcome every excuse and every objection head on. And we'll close with your next step, which is simple and costs you absolutely nothing. Sounds good? Let's go. I want to start by describing someone, and I want you to honestly tell yourself, does this sound like you? You're educated, you're skilled, you've worked incredibly hard to build the career and the income that you have today. And from the outside, everything looks great. But when you're really honest with yourself, usually late at night or on a Sunday before the week starts again, there's this quiet anxiety that does not quite go away. The income is strong, yes, but it completely depends on you showing up at work. If you stop working, the money stops. There's no asset being built, no equity accumulating, no income that works while you sleep. I know you love what you do, but your schedule owns you, not the other way around. You think about starting a business sometimes, but the risk feels so real. The capital, the time, the uncertainty, it all feels like too much and it's overwhelming. Your retirement plan exists, but if you're being honest, it's more of a hope than a strategy. You're not entirely sure what the number is, and you're not entirely sure if it's going to be enough. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you've watched colleagues get downsized, restructured, or even burnt out. And you realize that there's one employer standing between you and financial security. Now, I'm not describing someone who has failed. I'm describing someone who did everything right by conventional standards and still feels trapped. This is what I call the professional trap, and it is incredibly common in Canada and even in the United States. The room you're in right now is full of people who understand exactly what I just said. So, what is the alternative? Now, let me show you some numbers, because these are real numbers. They are not just a feeling. 72% of Canadian professionals have no personal disability coverage beyond their group plan. 72%. That's a large number. That means if you are injured or ill and couldn't go to work, your group plan might cover you for a short window, and after that, you are completely on your own. 1 in 3 high earners has less than 3 months of expenses saved outside their RRSP. That's the Registered Retirement Savings Plan. Just 3 months. That's not financial security. That's financial fragility with a professional salary on top. And this last one is the one I really want you to stop and reflect on. If your income stops today, you have zero equity, no clients who keep paying you, no assets that keep generating value, just pure silence. Now, I'm not sharing all this information to scare you. I'm sharing it because awareness is the first step to doing something right and something different. The professionals in our network at K. Daniel Wealth who have built something real, they saw the same numbers you're looking at on your screen and they decided to do something about it. They decided to act. That's what today's webinar is really about. Taking action. Okay, so now let me tell you what we actually do at K. Daniel Wealth, because this is the part most people don't expect. We are not a startup. We are not a risky venture. We are not asking you to quit your job, drain your savings, or leap into the unknown. We're not telling you to buy a course. What we've built at K. Daniel Wealth is a professional business model in financial services, specifically designed for people like you looking for something more. People who are already successful. People who have built a professional network already. People who understand the value of protecting income and building wealth because they've worked hard for both. Here's what it actually looks like. You become a licensed independent marketing agent. You complete your LLQP licensing, that's the Life License Qualification Program, which is the standard professional license for financial services in Canada. We make sure that we provide mentoring and the support that you need to make sure that you succeed. Once licensed, you represent world-class insurance and investment products to clients. Mostly professionals in your existing network who genuinely need what you are offering. You earn commissions on every client you serve. And over time, as you build a team and mentor others, you earn overrides and residual income that builds whether you are working or you are not. No office to rent, no products to buy, no course to buy, no employees to manage, no large upfront investments. How good does that sound? This is a licensed, regulated, professionally credible business with the infrastructure already built in. You bring the relationships and the work ethic. We bring everything else. The mentoring, the coaching. You're going to have access to trainers. You're going to have access to a team that's ready to hold your hands. Sounds good? Let's keep on going. Now, let me be really clear about who this is actually designed for, because it is not for everyone, and I respect your time enough to say that up front. This is specifically built for 3 types of professionals. The first is healthcare professionals, nurses, physicians, therapists, pharmacists, physiotherapists, allied health workers. If you're in healthcare earning $70,000 or more and you love what you do but you feel exhausted, underpaid for your expertise, or scared about what happens if you cannot work, this was actually built with you in mind. The second is corporate professionals, managers, directors, consultants, engineers, project leads, project managers, account executives. If you're in a corporate environment, you already understand relationship building, problem solving, and performance. Those exact skills translate directly here. The third group of people or professionals this was designed for is what I call ambitious self-starters. You don't have to fit neatly into one of these two boxes. What matters is that you're a people-oriented person, you're driven, and you're genuinely open to building something alongside what you're already doing. Now, if that sounds like you, this was designed with you in mind. Here's the simple filter. 3 questions. Are you earning $70,000 or more? Are you a person people trust? Are you open to a conversation about what is possible? If yes to all 3 questions, then please keep watching, because what's coming next is for you. So now, let's take a deep breath and discuss money, real money. I want to start by saying something you don't really hear enough in this industry. These are illustrations, not guarantees. Your results will depend on your effort, your consistency, and your commitment, and your willingness to be coached. I'm not here to sell you a fantasy. What I will do is give you an honest picture of what our agents at different stages of their business are typically experiencing. In year 1, most agents who are building part-time, around 5 to 10 hours a week, are generating somewhere in the range of $1,200 a month in additional income. That's not life-changing by itself, but it's real money earned on your own schedule while you're still in your career, and it's a foundation. By year 2 or 3, which is the most common stage of agents in our network right now, consistent part-timers are typically earning around $4,500 a year, alongside around $4,500 a month. That's more than $50,000 a year alongside a full-time career. Now, we're talking about something that changes the financial picture meaningfully. By year 4 and beyond, agents who have built a strong client base and a small team are seeing agency income of $12,000 a month and up. Some have crossed their career salaries entirely. At that point, the choice of whether to stay in their career becomes theirs, not their employers. I'll say it again. These are illustrations. The people at the top earned those numbers. They weren't handed them, they earned them. But I will tell you this. Every single person who reached year 4 started exactly where you are right now, watching a webinar. Watching a webinar, curious but skeptical, wondering if it was real. And I can tell you for free, it is real. They are real numbers, guys. I want to introduce you to 3 people, 3 professionals who were sitting exactly where you are today, right now. Sarah. Sarah is a registered nurse in Ontario. At the time she joined us, she was earning $85,000. She loved her patients, but she was working nights and weekends, and she knew that she could eventually get burned down going at that rate. She also knew that her pension wasn't going to give her the life she wanted at 60 years old. She was exhausted and she felt stuck. Sarah joined our team, got licensed, and she started having conversations with people already in her network. Within 18 months, she was earning an additional $3,200 a month, part-time on her own schedule. Without having to leave nursing, she now has options she didn't have before, real options. Let's talk about Marcus. Marcus was a project manager in Calgary, earning $120,000 as his salary a year. He had great benefits, but he had watched colleagues get laid off twice in 4 years, and he realized that he had zero control over his income security. So he joined our team, applied his project management skills to building his book of business, and within 2 years had replaced his full-time salary through his agency income. He still consults today, but by choice. Now, Priya. Priya is a pharmacist in BC. She was skeptical. She brought her husband to the discovery call because she wanted him to be on board before she committed to anything. The team answered his questions even better than hers, and they both felt completely confident. 2 years in, she says it has become the best financial decision they've made for their family. These are not outliers. These are the people who took the call seriously. The same call I'll be inviting you to at the end of today's webinar. Now, please go ahead and watch the videos of some members of our team who also have their own stories to tell.
Hi, my name is Imachi. I could go on and on about what this business has done for me, but two things stand out. One, the flexibility it gives me to be available to my toddler kids. It's uncapped, right? And then two would be access to community, meet new people, discuss financial education, literacy, just educate people really, because many people really do not have an idea of what financial literacy should be, especially with our background, right? So it gives you the opportunity to meet people, discuss with them, build friendships, and also there's a structured mentorship system here where you leverage people and then you have an uncapped income potential here. So come join us and you will not regret it. Thank you.
Bonjour, my name is Mause Fuliabli. As you can imagine, I'm bilingual. This is one of the advantages you have if you join our team. You have people speaking different languages, obviously people with different professional background as well. People with many years of experience who are into this business. When I came to Canada, one of the things I was expecting is how to be able to be independent. I first thought by doing 2, 3, 4 jobs, it will make it happen. But when you look at the numbers, you quickly find out that this is not going to work. So you definitely need a plan B or a better option. With this opportunity, you can leverage different people. You don't need to know everything from the one. You have your upline. You have different people in your team across Canada and US to assist, either for the technical part of it or business challenges that you may face. I joined this opportunity because I really wanted to understand how finance works. I was tired of sending resumes. I was tired of applying for jobs without getting interviews or without getting positive feedback. So I was looking for an opportunity that allows me, when I put the effort that is needed, to have the expected outcome. With many years of experience before coming to Canada, I was looking for an opportunity that allows me to really take advantage of all the experiences I have before coming to Canada. One of the good things that you don't know yet is that you will have the understanding for yourself, for your family, of how financial tools, the environment, the ecosystem works. When you have one foot in the financial services distribution, believe it or not, you are on the right track because finance is always there. So I hope you will join the team with an open mind. We will be more than happy to have you on board. Bienvenue.
To provide real answers to each of them. And that's the opportunity I'll be giving you at the discovery call. So let's go through them one by one, and I mean the real ones, the ones people actually feel but don't always say out loud. Here we go. The first one is, I don't have time for this. I'm too busy at my 9 to 5. Where am I going to get the time to even study anything or get licensed? I hear this more than anything else. And honestly, I completely understand it. My schedule was absolutely full before I started building this. I get that. But here's what I've learned, and I want you to really hear me. You don't need more time. You need focused time. People who know me say that my middle name is Focus, because I believe that if you focus on one thing, you're definitely going to achieve it than focusing on 100 things at the same time. So you need focused time. The professionals in our network who are building the fastest are not working 80-hour weeks. No, they're not sacrificing their families or their sleep. They're having 3 to 5 meaningful conversations per day with people in their already existing network. That's it. 3 to 5 conversations on lunch breaks, on the drive home, on a Saturday morning. That's it. Most of our successful agents spend fewer than 10 hours a week in year one building their business. 10 hours. 10 hours a week. Just 10 hours in the whole week. That's less than 90 minutes a day, if you want to break it down. But here's the refrain I really want you to hold on to. You don't have time not to take advantage of this opportunity. Every hour you spend right now is trading time for money. And when that trade stops, so does the money. There's nothing being built. There's no equity accumulating. There's just the next shift, the next meeting, the next deliverable. What we are building here is different. The hours you put in now create income that continues whether you are working or not. That sometimes for some people is hours scrolling on their phone, mindless scrolling. That's a different relationship with time entirely. So the real question isn't, I do not have time for this. It is, can I afford to keep spending the time I'm spending the way I'm spending it? The next objection. I'm not a salesperson. I have no background in financial services. Perfect. I mean that sincerely. Perfect, because I'm also not a salesperson. I'm a trained engineer and a trained project manager. But guess what? There's the power of mentorship. I thank God for the mentors I had and I met on time, and they were able to guide me. We are not looking for salespersons. We're looking for people like you, professionals who have already been trained in their various professions, because those skills are transferable. We're not looking for finance graduates or insurance veterans. We have plenty of those. What we are looking for is professionals just like you, who are trusted, who are credible, and care about actually helping people. And if you've built a career as a nurse, a pharmacist, an engineer, a manager, you already have all three. Everything else, the financial product knowledge, the licensing, the scripts, the business systems, we will train you and provide that mentorship that you need. We will do that completely for free. From day one, you will never be dropped into the deep end and told to figure it out. But here's the thing that really matters. You already have what cannot be taught. You have a professional network that trusts you. You have credibility that took years to build. You speak the language of the exact clients we serve. You understand their problems because you live alongside them. Some of our highest performing agents came in knowing exactly nothing about insurance. What they have was a network that believed in them. That turned out to be worth infinitely more than any sales techniques. The skill that made you exceptional in your career, those are the exact skills that we need. The exact skills that build a great agency right here. We just give them a new direction. Wait, is this a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme? I love this question, and it deserves the clearest, most direct answer I can give you. No, it is not a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme. And I want to explain clearly why it is not, and also show you the actual difference, as you can see on this slide you're looking at now. In a traditional multi-level marketing scheme, your income is primarily generated by recruiting other people. The product is almost secondary. Your success depends not on how many clients you serve, but on how many people you sign up. That's what makes it a pyramid. The value flows upward from recruitment, not outward from service. When you join our team, you will quickly find out that it is not. Why? Because you earn when you help real people protect their income, secure their retirement, and build their wealth. Real clients, real products, real value. And yes, while there is a team building component to our compensation structure, as you grow and mentor other agents, you earn overrides on their production. But this is completely standard in the insurance industry, and it's how agencies have been structured for over decades. It's regulated by provincial insurance authorities. It's transparent, and it is secondary, not primary, to serving our clients or your own clients. Here's the clearest way I can say it. If you built nothing but a strong personal client base and never recruited a single person, you would still build a very good, very legitimate business. We all operate under LLQP licensing requirements in Canada. You cannot sell these products without a provincial license. If it was not a legitimate business, provincial licenses will not have been issued. These provincial licenses are regulated. Their professional standards are not a sign-up form. Does that answer the question? I believe it has. So let's look at objection number 4. What if I try and it just doesn't work? I want to flip this question around because I think it's being asked backwards. The question shouldn't be, what's the risk of trying? The question should be, what's the risk of not trying? Let's look at both honestly. If you try and for whatever reason it isn't the right fit, what have you actually lost? You've invested some time, you've completed your LLQP licensing, which by the way is a professional credential that belongs to you for life, not to us. You've deepened relationships in your network. You've gained a level of financial literacy that will make you a better steward of your own money forever. So that's not a loss. That's actually pretty solid financial education that you have gained. Now, what's the risk of not trying? You stay exactly where you are. One income stream, one major blocker towards your financial freedom, one employer between you and financial security, no equity being built, no residual income in development, and at some point, whether it's a layoff, a health issue, a burnout, you find out whether the plan you have right now is actually enough. There is no large financial risk in this model. There is no franchise fee, no inventory, no mortgage on the line. The biggest risk most people take, and I say this with complete sincerity, is doing absolutely nothing and waking up 10 years from today in the exact same place, wishing that they had started something, they had made a different decision 10 years before. At that point, they would have had more energy to follow through 10 years ago, and the opportunity was just right in front of them. Okay. Another very interesting one is objection number 5. I need to think about it, or I want to talk to my spouse first about it to get his buy-in or her buy-in. Absolutely, I completely respect that. This is a real decision. It's a real business decision, and it deserves real thought. But let me offer you something that might actually help you. In my experience, I need to think about it almost always means one of two things. Either there's a specific concern that hasn't really been named yet, or there's a general fear of making a decision that turns out to be wrong. Both of those things are exactly what the discovery call is designed for. This is not a sales call. I'm not selling anything to you. I want to be very clear about that. There is nothing to buy on that call. There is no pitch waiting for you at the end. It is 30 minutes honest conversation between you and a senior member of our team. You bring your questions, you bring your doubts, you bring your spouse if you want to. We love when partners come together on the call, because at the end of the day, both people get their questions answered at the same time. My job on that call, or the job of any of my senior colleagues on that call, is not to convince you on anything. Our job is to give you enough clarity that you can make a well-informed decision, whether that decision is yes or whether the decision is no. 30 minutes, that's what I'm asking for. 30 minutes of honest conversation in exchange for a genuinely clear picture of whether this is a right fit for you. The thinking you need to do, you can do it there with the right information, with someone who has actually gone through the process, who can actually answer your questions. That's what that discovery call is really for. Okay, so I know we've covered quite a lot today. You've heard the problem, and if you're honest within yourself, some of it has probably landed. You've seen the opportunity, licensed, regulated, professional, built for people just like you. You've seen the numbers, honest ones, not manufactured ones. And you've heard the stories, the testimonials from real people, and you've seen real results. And I've done my very best to address every objection I know that people have directly without dodging any of them. So here's what I'm inviting you to do. Click on the link, apply now, and let's have an honest conversation on our discovery call. It's 30 minutes, one-on-one with me or a senior member of my team. No pressure, no agenda, no pitch, just an honest conversation. I want to be real with you about one thing, that this is actually not right for everyone. It's only for a selected few, people who are serious about changing their financial situation, people who are committed. It is not for a revolving door of people, which is why I'm asking you to apply for the call so that we know if you are a right fit for our program. The application takes only 3 minutes. Click on the link on your screen or in your email and follow through, and we'll see you on the discovery call. I want to be straightforward with you about a few things. First, we only open a small number of discovery call spots each month. Right now, we have a few slots available in the next 2 weeks. And I'm not telling you this to create fake urgency. I'm telling you because it's true, and I'd rather you know now than try to book in 3 weeks' time and find that there's nothing available. We review every application personally, every single one, because we take seriously the responsibility of coaching and mentoring, and that responsibility of bringing the right people into our community. Second, I mean this genuinely, the timing matters, not because of us, but because of you. The professionals who joined our team had one thing in common. They acted when the moment was real, when the motivation was present, when the feeling hadn't faded yet. I've had people tell me, oh, I wish I got onto the discovery call booking immediately after the webinar. Instead, I waited 2 weeks and then I was unable to find a discovery call slot on the calendar. And then months go by, years go by, they forget, they get busy, and they focus on something else. And then when they see new stories, new testimonials, they wish, oh, that could have been me. Don't be that story. Be the other one. Be the one who took action now and made a big financial leap into their financial freedom journey. The application takes only 3 minutes. The call is 30 minutes long, and what's on the other side of that call for the right person is a completely different financial future. Apply now, apply today while it's real. All right, guys. So I'll be moving on now to the Q&A session. Okay, so let's open it up for questions. On the chat, I see a couple of questions, and these are frequently asked questions. Some of those common questions I get at this point is usually, how long does licensing take? It typically takes a month to 3 months, right? For me personally, it took me 21 days to a month. So it really depends on you and how much time commitment you make. Do I need to quit my job? No. Like I said at the beginning, you don't need to quit your job. If your job is something you like doing and you just want to get an additional source of income, this is for you. And if over time you want to build it to the point where you could quit your job, is all up to you. But you don't need to quit your job. Most of our agents start completely part-time. Many never leave their careers at all. They just want a second income stream running alongside. So at this point, I'll say I'll see you at your discovery call for those of you who decide to take action today and now. And I'll move on to the next slide. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for staying to the very end. That you've gotten to this far shows me a lot of things. It shows me that you are committed to making a change in your financial story. So thank you, and I want to say that genuinely from the bottom of my heart, and actually mean it, not just as a courtesy, but sincerely. Thank you. The fact that you are here today, and the fact that you've watched this and stayed until the end, tells me something about who you are. You're someone who takes your financial future seriously. You're someone who's willing to invest time and attention in yourself. That's not common. Most people don't do that. I started K Daniel Well because I believe that financial protection and financial freedom shouldn't only be available to people who were born into it, or people who stumbled onto the right opportunity by luck. I believe that talented, hard-working professionals just like you deserve a real path to building something that lasts, something that truly stays and even moves on to the next generation. So here's my ask. One last time, apply for the discovery call. Apply for the discovery call. The link is on your screen. It's on your email. It will only take you 3 minutes to apply. We will review your application personally. If there's a genuine fit, we will invite you immediately to the 30 minutes discovery call that could change the trajectory of your financial life forever. No pressure, no pitch, just clarity. I hope to speak with you soon. Have a great time. Have a great week. Have a great day or night, depending on where you're watching me from. And take care.